The months of the year are in the wrong order. Hello and welcome back to the channel. I thought because there were so many new subscribers and friends of the channel that I would do like a podcast style video today and do some like get to know me, just chat, just so you guys can get to know like my personality a little bit more outside of book videos. So I have my list of topics that I wanted to talk about because I've never done this before. I've always wanted to do like a podcast style video, but I've never really had like a reason to. So I figured this was a good time, as good a time as any. I'm super comfy cozy. I'm wearing a black bow in my hair because Allison Roman wore a black bow in her hair in her last upload. So Allison Roman supremacy. And this sweatsuit that I'm wearing, which is super cozy, is from Abercrombie. They have it in a lot of different colors, and I'm obsessed with it because it's so soft. So shout out to my mom. Thank you for buying this for me on Black Friday. I wear it almost every day. So the first thing we're gonna do is I love how I literally made a list on my iPad, right? I'm not wearing my glasses. I can barely see her. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, maybe if I hold it this way it'll. Yep, it's bigger now. Okay. So, you want to get to know me, I hope. So, let's do the basics. Hi, my name's Gabby Bloom. Um I am 23 years old, nearly 23. I just turned 23 in November. Um, I live in Miami, Florida. So, Florida girl, born and raised. And that's why you'll never see me wearing this outfit outside. Only indoors because it's way too hot. It's December and it's fully like 80 degrees outside. But honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. Um, I love the beach. Love the beach. My favorite color is either like a sagey green, like this color, maybe a little bit darker, or sky blue. My favorite book genres are romance, primarily romantasy, and then I would say my second favorite genre is probably sci-fi. And you wouldn't know because I don't read it a lot, but I adore sci-fi. And I think even though I don't read it as often, I'm always the most excited to read sci fi. Things that I love to do other than read, there are very few. I am a homebody, so I usually sit in my little cocoon like this and watch YouTube. I love who are some of my favorite channels. Obviously, the Bookstagram girlies. I love Sarah Crowley. I love Destiny. I love Rachel Catherine. But I also have recently been watching a lot of Good Mythical Morning. We love Allison Roman. Some of my favorite vloggers are Keaton Milburn, Kenzie Elizabeth. Who else do I watch? Hmm, I can't think of any off the top of my head because I've been trying to focus on reading a lot. Because as you guys know, I have an end of year goal and I'm not really that close to it. So I haven't been watching a lot of YouTube lately, but I do love to watch. Oh, Claire Saffitz. What was that meme that was going around during COVID? It was like I would die for Claire Saffitz from the BA test kitchen. That was me. I love my BA chefs. We love Carla, Claire, and Molly. Those are the three that I mainly watch. Sometimes I'll watch Rick's videos, but not usually. Um, what else do I do? Oh, I love to go outside and just be outside in general. I wouldn't say I love to exercise. I'd say that's a stretch, but I love like going on a walk and when we visit our family friends who live in other states, I love to go like on hiking trails and things like that. Like I said, I love to go to the beach, so that's always fun. But yeah, I'm a very like I'm either I'm I'm definitely a homebody, so a lot of the things that I do happen at my house. So like I have a lot of hobbies that I'm not necessarily good at, but I pursue them anyway. So I have um a bunch of stuff to crochet. I have some stuff to do watercolors. I obviously um what else? Oh my gosh, I love making cards. So like when it's somebody's birthday or Christmas or anything like that, like any holiday, I love like sitting for like an hour. I have a bunch of stamps and color pencils and I'll like look designs up on Pinterest and make a card. I love doing that, which is really random, but I don't know. My go-to coffee order is an iced vanilla latte. This changes very rarely. Sometimes my go-to is an iced caramel latte. Iced vanilla is my go-to just because you can get it everywhere and it's almost always going to be good. The only time when a vanilla latte isn't good is if they're using vanilla bean syrup instead of French vanilla syrup, or, and that difference in taste is like, I know it because I drink too many vanilla lattes. Most people would not be able to tell. Or if their espresso's burnt, and then for that, that's just like the coffee place's fault. It's not like the drink's fault. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not, oh, I don't like vanilla lattes. Well, do you not like vanilla lattes because your coffee's always burnt? Or do you not like vanilla lattes because you don't like vanilla lattes? You know what I mean? And it's funny because the vanilla latte is my go-to because when I first started drinking coffee, I was, like everybody else, obsessed with Emma Chamberlain. And she was always talking about how she would go to Alfred's and get a vanilla latte, an iced vanilla latte. And so when I went to California with my family, that was like one of the first things I made them do. I was like, we need to go to Alfred's. I need to get an iced vanilla latte. And so we did that, and I don't know, I loved it. Let's see, things I'm obsessed with lately. Oh my gosh. You guys, this first one is so embarrassing. I am obsessed. This account, it's their name is Boho Med Spa. I can't remember the woman's name who like runs the account. I want to say it starts with an H. I could be completely wrong, but her videos on TikTok and YouTube, I am obsessed with them. I if it's daytime, I will watch them and just like be entranced by the process of getting a facial. Oh, yeah. So her whole channel and TikTok is just her giving facials to different clients, but she also does like ASMR facials and themed facials and whatever. She doesn't really explain what she's doing outside of like, I'm doing cleanser, we're doing a toner, we're doing whatever. Like, she's not really explaining the benefits, and I don't care. I just want to see. I love watching when she gua shas people's face and when she does dermaplaning. Oh my. She also has, like I said, a YouTube channel where she has the full length video because TikTok is like, I think the TikTok videos are anywhere from like 3 to 5 minutes, but the YouTube videos are fully like an hour long. It's like the entire service. I put those videos on before I go to bed almost every night. I turn the brightness down on my TV and I watch those, and I am knocked out within, I kid you not, like 3 minutes, probably less. I'm obsessed, obsessed, obsessed with them. And she also, and this is, I don't know, I feel like this is weird, but sometimes on TikTok Live, she does, instead of doing like facials on other people, she'll pretend that she's giving you a facial. And something about that is just so soothing to me, like hearing the bubbles and like her hands covering the screen as if it's like touching my face. Obviously, it's not. And it's not like I sit there like with my eyes closed pretending she's giving me a facial, but I don't know, something about it is so it's like so calming to me. I'm obsessed with it. Another thing I'm obsessed with is scalp test TikToks. Now, this is like such a niche genre, but basically, and I don't think this is a real service. I don't think this is real. I think there's like one or two people on TikTok who do it and pretend that this is a real thing and like just go from there. I don't think you can actually go somewhere and get like a scalp test, a scalp sensitivity test. But basically what they'll do is they'll like part your hair, and she has like a little, it almost looks like a dermaplaning needle roller, so it has like spikes on the end of it. I don't think they're very sharp. I think they're like just sharp enough. And then they'll have like a Q-tip or a popsicle stick or whatever, and she'll drag the little wheel over your scalp, and then she'll ask you sharp or dull, and then she'll drag the Q-tip sharp or dull. And basically, what they're doing is they're doing sharp or dull tests down your scalp and down your hairline until you either identify the sharp, like basically until either you'll have feeling the whole way down, or you'll say like it's dull when it's sharp. So it's like you lost sensation in your scalp somewhere. I don't think they're real, but they're so interesting to watch, and I want somebody to do it to me. However, I know I would be so annoying because the way that it sounds when she runs the wheel across your head versus the way that it sounds when she puts like the Q-tip, you can tell the difference in sound. Like, I don't need to be feeling it on my head to know which one it is. And I know that's cheating. I know. Like every time I see it, I'm like, girl, how do you not know? You can literally hear the crinkle of the plastic that she's holding the Q-tip in. Like, obviously it's dull. Why'd you just say sharp? Whatever. Now into a few food related things. I am obsessed with zuppa toscana, the one from Olive Garden. Granted, I don't actually go to Olive Garden to get it. I found this recipe on Pinterest and I'll link it in the description, but it's like a Whole30 zuppa toscana recipe. It is so good. It's basically just Italian sausage, um, onions, garlic, Italian seasoning, red pepper flakes, chicken broth, um, kale, potatoes, and I put coconut milk in mine. So you can use heavy cream, but instead I just use a can of coconut milk um that has the cream in it. So like they sell coconut cream in its own can, but you can buy coconut milk that has the cream and the milk in the can. Um, it is so good. I kid you not. I think it's like my hyperfixation meal because I've had it at least once a week for the past 3 to 4 months. I don't know. It's so good. It's so easy to make. I just realized that I have some in my fridge. That's what I'm having for lunch today. But it's so good and it's so easy to make. It's so good. It's so easy. I apologize for my sniffles. I think I'm getting sick, but I don't know. Oh, have you guys ever seen me doing that? I'm popping my ears. I don't know why my ears always feel congested, but you might notice that I do it in some of my other videos. Um, I'm popping my ears. Another thing I'm obsessed with is holiday appetizers. So I've been seeing on TikTok a lot of these little, basically you get like puff pastry and then you either put like pesto or Nutella over the whole length of it, put another sheet of puff pastry on top of it, cut them into little strips and then like squiggle the strips and stick a what are these things called? Stick a toothpick through it and then you bake it and it looks like a little Christmas tree. And you can put like a little sugar star on top of it. So cute. For Thanksgiving, I wanted to do like little pumpkin hand pies or like those little puff pastry brie bites. I've never made any of these like holiday appetizers. I am the person in my family who cooks Thanksgiving, and I do a lot of the sides for Christmas as well. So I'm really more focused on like the main meal. So I've never paid attention to the appetizers so much. Like I make a charcuterie board, but that's kind of it. But some of these are so cute and so inventive, and I want to get on, I want to get on the train. I want to try it, but I never have. So I think maybe I might try that today. I think the next video that's coming out after this one for Bookmas is going to be like my ultimate Christmas day or Christmas vibe thing. I did a similar one for fall, um, where I just did a bunch of like fall activities and got fall decor and stuff. But I'm thinking maybe for the Christmas one, we'll go and do a Christmas appetizer so I can fulfill my need to scratch my itch for holiday appetizers. The next thing on my list that I'm obsessed with is my Awala. I have it here. I love her. If you don't have an Awala, they're fantastic because this locks it into place, right? Me doing an Awala ad, not sponsored. Pops open, there's a straw section, and then you can also just like fully send it and like drink it like a normal water bottle. I utilize the straw mechanism the most, but they also don't spill. And I love that because now when I'm reading, I can just put it in the bed with me and not have to sit up every 6 minutes to get water because I drink an obscene amount of water in a day. So if you are looking to get somebody something for Christmas, an Awala is the place. Speaking of things that you can get somebody for Christmas, I forgot to add this in my bookish gift guide, but I have a book embosser. Oh my gosh, that is such a sweet gift. It says from the library of Gabriella Bloom. And my mom got it. I don't know where. I'll have to ask her and see if she has the link or like the company's name. But mine, she was able to get the so it says from the Library of Gabriela Bloom, but then it also has like an image, and so the image is a book that's like open, and coming out of the book is a bunch of flowers because I'm Bloom. How cute! And I forgot to mention that in the video, and I highly, 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 highly recommend it if you have somebody who's obsessed with reading, because then even if they like decide to donate their books or whatever the case may be, it's like, or if you loan books to your friends, it's like from your library, and that's so cute. Another thing that I had forgotten was oh, I wrote it here. Clear book holders. I saw Heather had some of these, and she uses them to prop up like her favorite books on her shelf, so that it doesn't distract, and it's not like a bookend, so it's not heavy, and it's just a really nice way to display some of your books that you like a little bit more. I thought those were really cute. Back to things I'm obsessed with. Mr. Snooperton. I love him to death. I don't know when my Snoopy addiction started because I haven't always had it. I've always loved peanuts. But within the past 2 or 3 years, I've become obsessed with this little dog. And he's just so cute. I love him in the cartoons. I love when he like pretends to be a little pilot. I actually went to Kennedy Space Center in Orlando, which is where they have NASA. And I didn't know, but Schultz had actually done not a collaboration, but like a partnership with NASA to send Snoopy to space and to get like children and just the common populace more excited about like NASA missions and things like that. So it's so cute. I actually just recently saw that they're sending a new um I don't know if they're I think it's just a new mission. I don't know if it's a manned mission. I think it might just be like a data collection mission. But I saw a TikTok from the Peanuts or the Snoopy account that was saying that you can submit your name on the NASA website to have your name engraved into a microchip that's on the ship so that you can go to space. And I thought that was super cool. And it's also, I thought, I have a couple friends who are like obsessed with NASA, obsessed with space travel. And I thought that would be really sweet to just like let them, like to do that in secret and just let them know after that. Be like, hey, like you kind of went to space because I sent your name up. So I thought that would be really cool. Back to the coffee conversation. My new coffee order is a vanilla hazelnut latte. So if you're going to Starbucks, you would order a blonde iced vanilla latte, but instead of the 4 pumps of vanilla syrup, you would get 2 pumps of vanilla, 2 pumps of hazelnut. It is so good. They have something similar at Dutch Bros. I can't remember what it's called. It might be called the Hollywood. I can't remember. I go to Dutch Bros very infrequently. But I had it from Dutch Bros the first time because I was visiting a friend who lives by one, and she was like, "Oh, you're from Dutch Bros," and I like hazelnut lattes. When I was younger, I was crazy. When I was in high school, I would go to Starbucks and get an iced coffee with hazelnut syrup. Girl, what? I think I was like one of those pretentious teenagers that was like, I actually like when my coffee tastes like coffee. And granted, I still do, but like an iced black coffee with hazelnut syrup, get a grip. Like, so iced vanilla hazelnut lattes are my favorite. You can also get them at Dunkin', and obviously it's more coffee for less money, so I definitely recommend that. But my one thing with Dunkin' is that it's always hit or miss. And it doesn't matter which location I go to, it doesn't matter what I order, it doesn't matter if I go twice in a day or twice in 2 months. Like, it's just never, it never hits exactly the same. And there's a beauty in that, but most of the time it just bothers me. So I've recently started just going to Starbucks. And then the last thing I'm obsessed with recently is candles. I think I'm less candle obsessed and more scent obsessed. Like I always want to smell nice. Like my body wash has to have a scent. I want to be wearing perfume. I want a candle to be going. Like I think I'm just like really I don't know if it's like anxiety surrounding the fact that like things might smell bad and I don't want anything I own or myself to smell bad, or I just like really like the scent. Um but I would recommend that if you're looking for candles, I know it's time consuming, and honestly, sometimes it gives me a headache sniffing so many candles. But TJ Maxx is usually, I always am able to find something at TJ Maxx. And A lot of the times, um, the thing with TJ Maxx is that because they're like overstock, sometimes like the wicks are not exactly aligned in the middle or whatever. Personally, I don't care if my candles tunnel or if half of it's like I have one candle that's like basically slanted because all the wicks are just a little bit too far to the right. But you're able to get 3 wick candles for like $5. And I would rather have like a janky 3 wick candle that was $5 than going to Bath and Body Works and paying like $15 for the same candle. I also think that a lot of the scents at Bath and Body Works smell really artificial. And that's not my favorite. And usually at TJ Maxx, I'm able to find companies that make um, like essential oil candles, which burn a little bit cleaner and have like beeswax and that kind of stuff. And that's just my preference. Um, but if you're looking for candles, I definitely recommend going to like a TJ Maxx or a Marshalls or maybe even a Ross. I don't go to Ross very often, but I hear that sometimes you're able to find some really great things at Ross. Okay, the next thing I wanted to chat about is I saw this creator on Bookstagram and she did a Bookstagram wrapped. Now, I don't upkeep my Bookstagram like I should, but I thought it was so cute to do like a Spotify wrapped for books. So I have a few of my categories. So, favorite genre, romance, obviously. My biggest flop book of the year was Daisy Jones and the Six. Now, I don't want to say too much because I know the girlies who are obsessed with this are obsessed, but I did not like it at all. I didn't like it at all. And I know that Daisy's not necessarily supposed to be like a likable character, but like I don't know, y'all. I couldn't. I couldn't. And then like and Billy's wife is just so understanding in a way that I'm not, and like maybe that makes me toxic, but like I was like, "Girl, what? What?" I don't know. I just didn't like it. I also listened to it on audiobook because I thought that would enhance the experience because the audiobook has a different voice actor for each character and it wasn't for me. My most anticipated read for this is technically for the end of this year, not necessarily for next year, but my most anticipated read is Ruthless Vows. It is the second book in the Divine Rivals series. I'm hoping I'm hoping that this series isn't a duology and that we're able to get more books out of this. Um, but I am, oh my gosh, waiting with bated breath for this book. Rebecca Ross, I follow her on Instagram, and she is always like posting teaser quotes from the book, and I can never decide if I want to read them or not because I'm worried I'm gonna like spoil it for myself. But I know that like if it's a teaser quote, it's obviously not a spoiler, but like I just want to be able to like see all of it for the first time when it comes out, and I'm just so excited. So I haven't read anything, and I'm waiting, waiting, waiting. It comes out December 26th, so I'm literally just like chomping at the bit, waiting for it to come. Um, an author that I had on repeat this year was surprisingly Suzanne Collins. I reread the Hunger Games series earlier this year, and I just finished The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes like last week, and I really liked it. I just forgot how honestly amazing of a writer Suzanne Collins is, and she's just so easily able to just thread her plot throughout the entire book in such an unsuspecting way to the point where like you get to one of the chapters towards the end of the book and you realize it like all clicks in your brain where you see like the dominoes falling into place in all of the previous chapters. And it's so refreshing as a young adult writer. She just does such a good job of being so engaging and keeping such a captive audience. And even though all of her books are high stakes, they never feel heavy. And I really, really, really love Suzanne Collins' writing. I don't know if she has a backlist. I would assume that she does. So maybe I'll check out some of her other books in this upcoming year. Another author I had on repeat was Emily Henry. I read People We Meet on Vacation, looking at my bookshelf, People We Meet on Vacation and Beach Read. I've been wanting to read Happy Place because I've heard really great things about it. Her, oh my gosh, the quotes in this book, there's one where it was like you asked me who I was and I hadn't even thought about it until this moment. It's like I didn't exist before you, like you invented me. And something about that, and of course I probably misquoted it. I'll insert a picture of the quote. Um Something about that rips my heart in half. Like it just punches me in the face every time. Something about that is so intimate. It is so like invisible string coated. Like Oh my gosh. And like I must say, her plots are not the craziest plots of all time. You know what I mean? And like the banter's good, but like as is this the best book I've ever read? No. But quotes like that, oh my goodness, I live for them. An author I want to read more of, Ashley Poston. She wrote The 7 Year Slip. If you didn't watch my last video, just go back and watch it because I am obsessed, obsessed, obsessed with The 7 Year Slip. I also want to read more of Catherine Center. She wrote The Bodyguard, and I read that book in my 24-hour reading blog, and I really enjoyed it. It was really refreshing. The plot twist completely caught me off guard. It was just really light, engaging, fast-paced writing, and so I'd like to read more of her books. I got her book I borrowed it from the library. So I think that's kind of why I forgot it because I just don't see it around my shelves very often. I mean, obviously ever because it's at the library. But I'd like to read more of Catherine Center this year as well, in this upcoming year. My most unexpected trope, y'all. Put your seatbelts on for this one. My most unexpected trope of the year is unplanned pregnancy trope. Now, when I wrote this originally, I was thinking of Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young because that was the book that I initially read to get me into pregnancy trope. Because Heather said, if you want to try a book and you're skeptical about pregnancy trope, that's the one to do it with. It's their romance is so sweet, they're so tender and so compassionate. I love that book. When I went on my Goodreads to see the books I read this year, I realized that like three other books I read also have pregnancy trope in them, and I didn't even remember or realize. I'm not gonna say which books they are because in all of those books, it happens later in the book, like in probably in the last third, and it's honestly kind of a spoiler. But I was like, girl, what? Like I never would have guessed. If you had told me at the beginning of this year that like my most unexpected trope, like that I would read 4 or 5 times, would be unplanned pregnancy, I would not have believed you. And then finally, the book that had the best quotes was People We Meet on Vacation. I obviously said one. If I can find the screenshots of I'm sorry, if I can find the photos of when I underlined and read that book, I'll insert them here. But Emily Henry just, Emily Henry has the quotes. She's got them. Oh, very quickly before we end, there are a few things that I need more opinions on because I don't know how I feel about them, and I've heard mixed reviews on Bookstagram, Book Talk, BookTube, and I need you guys to let me know because you guys are faithful commenters. You guys love to give me your opinions, and I appreciate that. And like I said, I'm a homebody, and I'm reading books kind of like in my little bubble, so I need more opinions. I'm like the only bookish friend I have. A few books that I need more opinions on are the Mile High series. Granted, I don't know if it's called the Mile High series. I just know that the first book is called Mile High. I have heard such mixed reviews across the internet about this, and I can't decide if I should like just try and read it or if I'm gonna hate it. So I need opinions on that. I also need opinions on Fourth Wing slash Iron Flame. Now, when Fourth Wing came out, I heard that it was amazing. Everybody loved it. You have to read this book, blah, 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 blah. I am historically somebody who is always super late to a trend. I wait 2 years before I decide to read something that everybody else has read, to see a movie everybody else has seen, and then half the time I don't even end up liking it. So I haven't gotten on the Fourth Wing train yet. I haven't read it. Now that Iron Flame has come out, I have been seeing a lot of people admitting that this series is not as good as they claimed. I also saw that it is possible that Iron Flame is kind of rushed in its publication, and so there's grammatical errors, and I don't remember if I saw that there was plot holes, but it was just like the plot was not as like robust as the first one. And so now I'm like kind of doubting whether or not I should read it because I was kind of excited to read Fourth Wing because I had heard such good things and I love fantasy, but now I'm not so sure. So sound off in the comments. Allie Hazelwood books. Something about it just seems like I'm not like other girls, and like maybe it's because it's a woman in STEM main character, and I hear you. I hear the misogyny as it comes out of my mouth, right? However, I have a bachelor's of science. and am a woman in STEM. And for that reason, that's why sometimes women in STEM books make me so mad because I'm like, girl, it's not like that. Like, stop it. So for that reason, I'm a little skeptical for books, but I've heard that Love Hypothesis is really good. I think she just came out with a YA release. It's called, I want to say Check and Mate. So maybe I like that one. But yeah, just let me know because I mean, all the things I've heard are good, but like when you only hear good things and no like constructive criticism, I'm like, is it good or are y'all just buying into the hype? Oh, the Throne of Glass series. I have seen Bessie Sarah Crowley read this series, and I usually trust her recommendations. We have a similar reading style. But I had heard that Akatar was really, really spicy, and I personally am not super into like a high level of spice. Like if things get past like making out, I usually just skim and skip until it's done. Um, so I'm not sure if Throne of Glass is for me. I hear that it's an amazing, amazing world, and that Sarah J. Maas has built this exceptional world and exceptional series of characters, and so it's intriguing to me, but I just haven't decided to step into it yet. So any and all comments, criticisms, um, spice level indicators, please let me know. And then the last thing I need opinions on are Sally Rooney books. I've heard that Homegirl does not use quotations for dialogue, and I'm smart, but I'm also not. Like, I feel like that would confuse me. I watched Normal People, the series, and from what I've heard is that the series on, I want to say Hulu, is very, very similar to the book. That series ripped me to shreds. And so obviously I think that I like the concept of reading Sally Rooney books, but I have heard that they edge more into like contemporary fiction or literary fiction. So I'm not quite sure if I like them that much. So any thoughts on Sally Rooney? Sound off. Um, yes. And then the last thing, I also need sci-fi recommendations. That's not, I don't need opinions. I just need more suggestions. I had seen what's this book called? Fractal Noise at Target, but it was only in hardcover, and I'm not gonna buy a hardcover book. So any sci-fi books that you guys really like? I really like Andy Weir and Douglas Adams, so things like that. I have Time Enough for Love, by Robert Heinlein. Again, I'm looking at my shelf. Um, so I'm excited to read that, but it's kind of thick. So if you guys have any fast-paced sci-fi reads, um, definitely let me know. And then the last few things that I wanted opinions on are not related to books, but lip gloss recommendations. I've heard a lot of girlies like that YSL lip gloss. I'm wearing the what is this called? The Dior whatever. I don't know. My mom bought it for me. Um, I don't love it. I've also tried the Fenty gloss. I also don't love it. I've tried my cousin has the Kylie gloss, and I can't remember if I liked it or didn't like it. But I've heard good things about YSL. Also, the Summer Fridays lip gloss and the Road lip gloss, the peptide, whatever the heck it's called. Um, so for my makeup girlies, let me know which lip gloss I should buy because I can't decide, and I don't really trust influencers anymore. Me, a book influencer, is I'm mad. Ew, I just call myself an influencer. Girl, you have like 200 followers. Anyway, I need recommendations. Also, recommendations for tubing mascaras. I use the Maybelline Lash, whatever the heck it's called. It's like that pink tube. I think it's called Sky High. I like it, but I feel like it dries out really fast and it's kind of thick. I would prefer like a thinner formula. So, tubing mascara recommendations. Oh my gosh. That was all the recommendations I need. The last thing I have on my list is honestly nuts. It's a thought that I've had for a while and I've been wanting to share, and I was gonna post it in Reel, but I just felt like the Reels people just wouldn't get it. So I've had this thought, this musing, if you will, that the months of the year are in the wrong order. Now hear me out. Obviously they're in the correct order. Like I'm not talking about the way that the names of the months sound or anything like that. But everyone is obsessed with the holidays. So why do we have so many months up front and not enough at the end? So my recommendation is that we take a month like I don't know. I think what Easter's in April, St. Patrick's Day is in March. February, March, April, May. Okay, maybe we take May, right? Or I don't know, whatever month you like the least. I don't care. Take May. Just take it and move it between November and December so that we get to enjoy the summer, right? June, July, August, you have the summer. September is your lead into fall. You're slowly getting into fall. October, you fully enjoy Halloween for what it is and the fall vibes. November, because there's a month coming after November, you're not rushing through Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving and I love the end of fall. I love, like, I mean, not that I see it in Florida, but like I love watching in other states how like the leaves change and they fall off and you slowly see it turn into winter. We're skipping over that. We truly are. And it makes me so angry because I love Thanksgiving and everyone's already all up in Christmas's business before Thanksgiving is over. So if we had a month after November, you would be able to fully enjoy Thanksgiving. Then you have a whole extra month to get hyped for Christmas and be in the holiday vibes because the red, the green, the Christmas trees, the cute decorations, the candles everywhere, like the holiday movies and vibes, I want it to last longer. And so does everybody else. So instead of leaving your Christmas tree up until February, if we had another month right before December, then you would be able to enjoy it a whole extra month of Christmas. Plus, it would definitely give us all time to save up money to get Christmas gifts because you would have a full month after Black Friday, Cyber Monday to rebuild your savings account to then buy Christmas gifts. Because I don't know about y'all, but I'm not a gift giver normally. Excuse me, I'm not a gift giver normally, but during Christmas time, it is like my one time in the whole year to go all out. Like for birthdays, I'm always skeptical. I'm like, are they gonna like my gift? I don't know. I don't know what to get them. I don't know what to get them for their birthday because all year I am plotting what I'm gonna get them for Christmas. You know what I mean? Because it is so important to me that I get people good Christmas gifts because the people in my life, all of their love languages are gift giving. And mine is not. Mine is quality time and words of affirmation. So I can write you a 10-page letter telling you how much I love you, but I'm like literally so anxious to give you a gift because I'm not sure if you're going to like it. So Christmas is like my time where I commit to like doing it right. You know what I mean? So back to the theory. Take a month in the beginning of the year, for example, May, because also like the kids don't want to be in school that long. If you didn't have May, then they'd get out of school earlier, right? You take May and move it to the end. Change the name. Add the BER at the end so it's October, November, whatever, December. And you have more time for the holidays. And it's a wonderful time. And you know what? I don't think that's crazy. Some of my friends are like, girl, you're nuts. I'm like, but why? It makes sense. It's a win-win situation. Less months in the beginning of the year where you have the crappy seasons, at least in Florida. Like May is super rainy and humid and nasty. And you can just move it to the end where the weather's like kind of nice and a little bit crisp sometimes. Like, hello. For those of you that live in cold states, you might not like my idea because of winter. I've heard that it sucks. But as I said, born and raised Florida girl. I've seen snow maybe like, well, my family used to live in somewhere that it snowed, but like for like 2 years. So I don't, and I was a baby, so I don't remember. But like as an adult, I've experienced snow like maybe twice, so I can't hate it yet. So y'all might hate that idea for that reason, but see past that and just see the joy of the holidays. And sound it off in the comments. Do you guys think I'm crazy or does that make sense? Because I think it's an idea worth pitching to the president. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please remember to like, subscribe, please comment. Please comment. I have so many things that need response in this video. And like I said, it me being my only bookish friend, I'm just shouting into an echo chamber. So please give me some responses. I need them. If you want to see more of me, follow me on Instagram. I'm at Books with Bloom. You can also follow me on Goodreads. I believe my handle is just Gabby Bloom or Gabriella Bloom. I usually link it in my YouTube description, so you can find it there. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.